What's up, everyone? Welcome to
The Aftershift, where revelations happen over coffee. And this is Nympha.
This is Maria.
And this is our second episode, finally. We got a second episode. Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought? I never thought. But guess what?
We don't have a guest today. Guess what? We don't have a guest.
Yeah, we don't have a guest.
And today's episode, Maria, what are we going to talk about?
For today's episode, we're going to talk about Valentine's Day, which is all about dating and stuff. Dating for those who are in a relationship and for those who are not yet in a relationship.
As long as you are in the stage of dating.
Yes.
This episode is for you guys. Okay. Alrighty, so it's time to spill the coffee bean.
Yay! We got a very
it's
cute
so
snow.
fun. There's just a lot of people inside the room.
Oh my god!
Okay. So it's the same thing. We will pick a coffee bean and we're gonna answer instead of our guest answering the questions or probably agreeing or disagreeing with the statement ever is in there.
Yes.
It's gonna be us is going to talk about it or react like whoa. Oh my gosh.
All right, so shall we get the ball rolling?
Yeah, you gotta start because you are dating. Oh no, I'm sorry.
You're also dating. Okay, here's the first one.
Okay. Do I have to read? Okay, hold on. I thought the one who was going to pick will read. Okay.
All right, so men should exert more effort during Valentine's Day.
Agree or disagree? Well, I totally agree. They should be the ones making the effort, especially if you are just starting to date. If you're starting to date a girl, that of course you have to initiate or something like that. But it's not wrong really to also like being a girl. You could also give gifts during Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Provided that you're in a really long-term relationship, and that's perfectly fine. How about you?
Exactly. In my case too, I think men should exert more effort, especially on Valentine's Day. Yes. So
Well, in the Philippines, but I think there's some other culture somewhere else which you're familiar with.
yes, in Korea, I heard it, and some of my students before actually told me about it. So during Valentine's Day, that's February 14 on Korea, it's actually different. So women should give gifts to men instead of the other way around.
Wow.
And on March 14, that's the time wherein the men should give gifts to women. That's what my students told me though. So
Wow.
yeah, so it's real different, right?
There is gender equality, I would say.
Exactly.
Because in the Philippines, it's like men are always obligated to give gifts or give flowers or whatnot during Valentine's Day, and just women are just passively sitting around and waiting for the flowers to arrive and the chocolates to arrive. Okay. Anyway, but yeah,
Totally
but I totally think that it's also fine for the girls to at least initiate, like go on a date or reserve a restaurant or something like that. I mean, that's fine.
I think so. Right?
Alrighty.
Okay, shall we have
Go
the next
to our
one?
next coffee bean. Ta-da. Wow. Men should not be late. Oh my goodness. On a date while women is an exemption to this rule. How feminist is
love
this?
that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, all right. I totally agree with the first one. The men shouldn't be late. I mean, anyone should not be late. But
Exactly.
I got struck with the second line of the, well, woman is an exemption to this rule. What do you think? Are you an exemption to this rule?
Well, I think I am.
You're being biased.
I think most cases, though, I mean, real life scenarios, with the person that I'm in a relationship.
You always go late on dates.
Yes.
You're always late?
Not always. Most of the time. Probably more often than not.
And that's perfectly fine. So no confrontations, no wars. Just okay, I accept that you're late.
So yeah, it's totally different if men are late on a date How do you react to that?
It's a dagdag pogi. I'm sorry, bawas pogi points. I mean, men should be gentlemen, all that, so they should be there on the venue first.
Yes.
Our thoughts are still stuck in the 20th century or whatnot. We're still, the days of, or the era of chivalry. Men should open the door for girls, and
No, there's
but I think that still works, especially here in the Philippines, where we really value our women.
Exactly. I mean, like the thought of women waiting for their man to come. I think
That's so.
I don't know.
How to call that?
Kind of like rude or inappropriate. But if men would be waiting for the women, it's fine.
Yeah, probably. But there's a leeway for the late issue there. So probably 15 minutes would do. But if you're gonna let a guy wait for like an hour or so, that's a different story.
I think so.
Yeah, you might lose a boyfriend or a date in that case.
Or the date, the starting point of the date is not already good, so probably it won't last for a long time.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah, questions answered.
Yay!
Next topic.
What's up? Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Next coffee bean.
Okay.
Dating on Valentine's Day is compulsory for couples. Compulsory.
How would you feel if, let's say, your boyfriend, you have a boyfriend, right?
And you also have
Of course I do. If your boyfriend will not take you on a date on Valentine's Day, how would you feel? Like right now, how would you feel? If today's Valentine's Day and no one's calling you, your boyfriend is not reserving anything or not taking you out on a date, how would you feel? It feels weird.
It feels weird, and at the same time, wow, that's kind of overwhelming probably. I mean, for me though, Valentine's Day is a very special day, so you have to spend it with someone that is special. I mean, right? If you don't have a boyfriend,
everyone's going out on that day, and you have a boyfriend, you're stuck in your room.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's gonna be WAR.
Yes,
War.
totally.
War.
World War III.
World War III. Have you experienced that? I mean, how many Valentine's Day have you experienced with a boyfriend?
Every Valentine's Day we actually go out and do some stuff together, like watch some movies or go on a romantic dinner date. Probably, yeah. So I've never really tried spending Valentine's Day with a boyfriend and then I'm alone stuck in a house. I mean, that's terrible.
It is terrible.
Yeah, but have you tried that?
I don't want to spill the beans.
Okay.
But yes, I have tried. I just don't want to mention when, because that would be very obvious if he's gonna watch this. But that really happened due to some reasons, or really reasons I cannot reveal. But the day was like I was bitter the whole day. I was in a bad mood the whole day. So I was like expecting, because I got used to it. I got used to surprises every Valentine's Day, and then a simple probably the presents, not necessarily text, because I'm not so convinced with texting. Just Valentine's Day. Maybe if he showed up, well, that would make my day. But he never showed up the entire day, and everyone's going out. Oh my goodness.
Yes, right? I mean,
it's like the worst day that could ever happen. The worst thing that could ever happen to you.
Yeah, I think
worst
so.
thing.
Or probably if the guy has a very valid reason, right?
Like he's sick in the ICU, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's rushed to the hospital.
But at least you're gonna see each other on that day. I mean, that's the only thing that that was the issue actually, because he didn't show up. And I mean, I don't care about gifts or dining out. As long as I see him on that day, I mean, we get to spend the day together. I mean, that's perfectly fine with me, even if it's in the ICU or whatnot.
Just doing simple stuff together, like
that really matters.
Going on a movie marathon, right? On Valentine's Day. Okay, I guess that's kind of romantic for me still.
Even if you're gonna stay at home, you don't have to spend anything.
And like cook something together.
Oh. Really, you know how to cook?
No. I wish.
Can I eat?
But I'm a great eater.
Okay.
All right, next.
Go to our next coffee bean. Oh, it's my turn.
Your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay, here. Women. Women should decide where to eat while on a date.
Oh,
okay, this has
okay.
always been an issue.
Exactly.
I mean, how about you?
Women should decide where
issue?
to eat while on a date. I think it's not only women who should decide on where to eat. I guess, I don't know. For me though, it's a very big thing if the man gets to decide also where we should be eating,
Exactly.
right? I mean, it's not only our job to do it. It should be like equal stuff, right?
I'm sick of hearing that. How about you? You decide, or in Sabon, I would say, ikaw. That's the
Asa
worst
pa kaon?
thing. Asa pa kaon? Ikaw.
Ikaw.
I mean, I would eat anywhere I want to go. Oh, really? You want to eat? I mean, that's something that, yeah, probably both of you would decide, or at least the guy should make a suggestion.
Exactly. Yes.
And then the woman would turn it down.
Yeah. That's like
That's always the case.
Common
Like, there's a
thing.
suggestion, and
right? Like, how about we eat at, and then the guy suggests a place, and then, I don't like their,
Some Marta. They go to Marta. I don't like it there. Well, yeah, that should be the decision should be mutual, of course. It shouldn't be on just someone. Yeah, wherever you want to go.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Oh yeah, we've actually tried having little fights because we really could not decide where to eat. So what we do before actually getting or before actually meeting, we decide first where to eat.
And
I always
the girl
text
changes
him.
her mind. I changed my mind.
That's your problem. It's not my problem.
And anyway, yes, mutual decision.
Mutual decision. So not only women should decide. All right, next. Ooh, little. Ta-da. Oh, this one is nice. Men should pay the bill during dates. So chivalrous. Men should pay the bill.
They should. I'm sorry. So straightforward.
All the time.
They should. I mean, yeah. If you are, this is the case. If this is the first time you've dated, you went out with a girl, or probably you're starting out, you're not yet in a relationship.
Yes.
And you're still taking her out, or they knowing each other, getting to know each other. Of course, you have to pay the bill because I believe that. Because in the first place, I believe that you were the one who invited her over to a date or initiated the date. So, of course, I think that's part of the etiquette
Yeah.
to actually pay for the
To pay for the bills for men. I mean, I think so though. I mean, if we're not in a relationship yet, and then the man gets to ask me can we split the bill? I feel like that is such a turn off.
Okay.
No chances of being together, and I'm not gonna say yes to that guy.
Why? Why do you think
I've never
why
really
do you
tried
have? Why do you always have that mentality? Men should pay.
Because women are
Women are
so
just
feminist.
queens. But I think that should also reflect on him being a family man in the future. Like if he could really, if he could pay for a bill on a date, then most probably you're a man who's going to support
in
your
the
family in the
future.
future.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be fine. But can you imagine girls or women paying the bills on date? Like, is that going to happen? Is that possible?
I think if you're already in a relationship and then probably you're a couple of months already or almost a year, I think so. We could actually split the bill, so it's like a teamwork and paying the
It should
bills.
be a give and take, you know?
Give and take. So I think in that case, it's fine.
Yeah, especially if the girl asks, hey, can we watch this movie? And then it's gonna be in 4D, it's gonna be expensive, or in 3D or whatnot.
And I have another reason as to why I really allow that, if we're already in a relationship. Because I actually tried,
come on.
almost, I don't know, almost all of the dates, the man or that person actually paid for the bill. And it turned out the relationship wasn't really working well after a couple of months, so we decided to break up. And then after breaking up, the man actually tried to and besides it's pamuyboy,
oh, that's so.
I paid for you, and then I bought you something.
Not a
that,
gentleman.
right?
That's not a gentleman.
Not a gentleman. So you should be ashamed of yourself, whoever you are.
Oh my goodness, tag na yan.
I don't know if he understands English.
I mean, that's the worst. I mean,
Yeah.
it's worse.
That's really worse. I don't know if you try that one. Like,
No, I haven't tried that one. I mean, it's like it's gonna boost their ego if they're gonna pay for the bill, or even a fare, for example, if you commute and then they pay for you and all that. And that's gonna boost their ego somehow.
Exactly.
And some men actually feels down when they gotta split the bill because they're probably in financial troubles or whatnot. And yeah.
yes. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I would allow splitting bills, because I don't want that experience to happen again. I mean, come on,
Come on,
man up, dude, man up. What?
I hope
Seriously?
he's not doing that anymore now.
Yeah, I hope so.
So,
Jerk.
jerk na hashtag.
Ikaw na.
I'm sorry. carried
turn.
away. All right, using phones on a date is a turn off.
But not literally like turning off the phone, but turn it off.
It's a major turn off. Using the phone, that depends on how one uses the phone. Like if it's probably checking on his messenger, that's gonna be an issue. Probably chatting someone else while you are on a date, and especially if it's in the opposite sex, for example.
Yeah,
a
exactly.
female he's texting, or oh no, that's something else.
That
It's
is
an
a true, total no-no, right?
But what if it's something else? Like, let's say, looking at a video or browsing his Facebook news feed.
Uh-oh.
Is that fine?
No.
No.
Well, probably we could browse the timeline together or
Together.
newsfeed together, and
It's
then
as if you have one Facebook.
no, probably his Facebook, and then what's that?
Oh, so these are the people you're liking.
I actually do that, like kind of like interrogating and stuff. Like, who's that?
Wow,
girl?
investigator. The
Are you
investigator
friends with her?
girlfriend.
Like,
Really?
hi.
You asked? Like, were you friends with this girl? This girl's so
Just
hot.
kidding. But who knows? Probably some women do that, right? Like,
Would I prefer investigating without him knowing? Joke.
yeah. Do you do that? I sometimes do that, just to be safe. Who knows? You can catch something.
Trust issues.
Right?
Girl.
Trust issues, but
Okay, but no, yeah.
it's fine.
You're using phones. That's totally fine.
Or playing games, probably
games
while you're
together.
on a date. I think. That's a turn
Well,
off.
it really a turn off. But
Right?
if you're doing it together, like I actually experienced that. Like, we're playing the same games and we're on the same level, and we're trying to
Compete with each
compete.
other.
Yes. And
That's fine.
on a date. It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. If
long as
you're
it's
not
not
gonna do
gonna
that the entire duration of the date, I think so. That's
But,
Right?
but
Like-
of course, like,
no talking and
you'll be glued on your phones for like one day. Oh no, that's so.
oh, it's time. Bye.
No.
Okay.
But better say it's better to actually just keep your phone. Just get it if it's necessary. And just
really
duration of the date. How about if you talk?
Yeah. Right.
Like break the habit of just being glued to your phone.
All right. So next,
Next,
ooh,
coffee
we're almost
break.
done. Oh, we have a math equation here.
An equation.
Yeah, too bad Sir Elgin is not here. So, here's the equation. Couple plus barkada package is equal to awesome romantic date.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so you, with your boyfriend plus probably his friends or your friends. How is that?
His
Romantic?
friends. Oh, I actually tried, like, we're just on a cafe, and yeah, I was with him and he was also with his friends, like, but we actually went there first, and then just his friends came over. At that time it was okay. It was okay.
Was fine.
Because we tried to talk a lot of stuff, and some of those friends, actually I knew them personally, so it's not really a big deal. But let's say his friends are all girls, and right? What? Seriously? Probably he could get a slap on his face if he would do that. I mean, Who in his right mind would do that, right? Inviting girls over.
Exactly.
These are my friends.
Really serious? It's either, I know, his
gay
preference is different.
Or yes.
Imagine your boyfriend having girl
Friends.
That's crazy, man.
Identity crisis.
Identity crisis. Well, yeah, maybe.
Right?
That's one of the indicators, actually.
Worse is that you're only a cover up.
No. Oh, no.
Because
That's
he's
worse.
gay.
All right. But anyway,
What about you? What about you?
I don't really find it romantic. Maybe the date is okay. It's a friendly date, or it's gonna be a
yes.
fun date,
Fun date.
but not totally a romantic date. Excuse me.
Yes.
A romantic. My definition of romantic is just the two of you underneath the stars.
And then
But yeah, but there would be a lot of issues with that. I've tried that. I mean, being jealous with one of my friends because we agreed to actually bring them on a trip or something like that, like an outing and beach outing, and then here comes my other friends. I tagged along my other friends, only to realize that wasn't the best idea actually. Because one, your attention might be divided, so you got to attend to your boyfriend, and then you got your friends here on the other side, and they have different needs, different hobbies or interests.
Yeah.
And the second thing, the worst thing that could happen is when you're being left out and they're having fun with their friends, your girlfriends, and then you're there all alone, like, what? I don't have a friend anymore. All of a sudden, I'm the OP here, so I'm out of place. I'm the wallflower now, and you're
that actually hits home because I really experienced that traveling also, and I also realized that it's not really like the best idea ever, and never will I do that again, probably.
You want to go into details with that?
I don't know if I'm ready to spill the coffee bean. Not really into the details, but I just realized one thing. It's different if you're with your friends, like all girls, and he's like a joiner. Not exactly joiner, but he's just with you, and he's the only guy in the circle of people traveling, so it's not a good idea, especially if your boyfriend is kind of the friendly type.
The friendly type, like your boyfriend. The friendly one. Okay,
but he knows that already. I kind of like disciplined him. No. Okay. So lesson learned.
Never tag your friends along with you.
Well, traveling with your friends.
But maybe, in some other cases, like if he's so familiar with the crowd already. You don't agree?
I don't think so. Especially if he is already like very acquainted with my friends. I think, right? Like, right?
Okay. Okay, yeah. Alright. I respect that. Okay, let's have the next coffee bean.
Is it my turn? My turn? Or your turn? Your turn.
My turn. Sorry, I forgot.
We lost track.
Coffee bean. Okay, there. Okay, this is perfect for Valentine's Day. Real roses are better than synthetic ones.
Roses.
Real roses.
So
Okay, what do you prefer to receive on Valentine's Day?
Actually, I have tried accepting both of them, and for me though, I'm not really also like, into gifts. I'm over the presents as well. I always tell him that like you don't have to really like buy some luxurious stuff or some expensive gifts. I really don't care about that, but it's also nice to
But of course, it's nice,
especially on Valentine's Day compared to just nothing.
Just presents and yay, happy Valentine's Day. That's it. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a hug. That's it. Okay, this is Valentine's Day. Come on. Or maybe that's okay if you're gonna dine out somewhere nice and somewhere. I'm sorry. Okay, but I would still prefer if if someone would give me roses, I would still prefer the fresh ones, the
fresh
real ones. I years ago, that was like years, I got a synthetic one, maybe because of the presentation. There's just so synthetic roses that are not so presentable or something like that. I'm not sure, but I did not feel that killing, the butterflies in my tummy, because when I got real roses, I was like, it's a different feeling. Although other girls would really not prefer receiving roses, like they would prefer like food or chocolates.
Yeah, food is life.
It still has this, the butterflies in your tummies when you get a bouquet of flowers and you say, wow, and you smell it, and it's like, oh. That brings the teenager, the teeny bopper
inside in you.
Right?
Yeah, so it has something to do with the feeling of receiving, if you get real roses and synthetic ones.
Yeah. But some guys are just practical and they just... because flowers are really expensive nowadays, especially it's going to be on delivery. It's going to be more than what? More than probably what you're going to spend on a restaurant.
Or probably some guys would give one sack of rice if they're really practical. I mean, I
thought so.
Yeah, I was like, rice. Okay. When you mentioned about being practical, like I saw some posts on Facebook, like my boyfriend got me this.
And yes, exactly. That the bouquet of roses, actually, some of them would cost like a sack of rice.
Yeah.
I mean, a sack of rice is like 1,000 or more. I'm not sure. And those bouquets should cost even 5,000, 3,000. Some of them.
Yeah.
Like especially those expensive, really expensive or imported ones.
The guy's really practical, and he's also helping the entire family. Probably not only you is going to be, not only
it's
you.
Like charity for what, a typhoon or a disaster. You're like helping the family.
That's the thing.
Is it gonna be a good request? You're gonna tell your boyfriend, hey, don't send me flowers, just give me rice.
Just give me a sack of rice. But
so hashtag PG.
But I think it has something to do with also the perception of the family, or you as a girlfriend receiving the sacrifice. Because probably you look so like,
I can't imagine that receiving a sack of rice.
Like, am I that poor already? Like, can I not afford?
Can we just have like a you're poor?
Right.
Or at least chocolates probably would do, or fruits. I heard in Japan, they don't really give flowers, they give fruits, especially if they're on the dating stage. Yes, I think that's more beneficial than flowers.
And healthy too. Good for the body and the soul.
So okay, moving on.
All right,
it's about giving roses now.
Last two. Yay. Oopsie. Okay, here. Men should take the initiative to ask women out on a date. Initiative. Talking about initiative. What do you think?
Asking out on a date, probably in our culture, it's bizarre if a girl would say, "Hey, can I take you out on a date, man?"
What's up, dude? You free?
How you freezing? But in other countries, probably in other culture, it's okay. They're like, hey, I like you. Can we watch movies on Friday? Or that's okay with them. But with our culture, it's still proper.
Yes, exactly.
That men should take the initiative.
Yes, for Western countries, perhaps
Western countries,
it's okay. It's fine. It's not a big deal. They even say like, hey, they want to hook up. As casual as that. Yeah,
that's too liberated.
Right? It's liberated, but not here probably.
Probably in the Philippines now. Okay, I'm gonna pick on. Okay. Right. Women should not give chocolate to men.
During Valentine's Day, or even
during Valentine's Day, since we're talking about the V-Day,
V-Day,
love season.
I
do you normally give chocolates? I mean,
I haven't really tried giving chocolates to.
Maybe we got a flat top, like a little chocolate on my bag, and they say, I'm so hungry. Oh, I got a chocolate here. But but not really. It's something incidental, but not necessarily like given really as a gift, like a purchase,
on Valentine's Day.
chocolate, and then give it to him on purpose.
Because I prefer giving something which he can actually use, such as T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, men
Or
needs that because
watches.
they don't usually go shopping. It's an ordeal for them to go shopping and look for clothes, and yeah, that's one of the best gift I would say. Shirts.
Shirts.
Yes. But I've never tried giving him chocolates.
So it's the men who should be giving chocolates, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Should it be
Well-
like that, or you're open to the idea of women giving chocolates?
of course I am. I am open. I'm even open to women asking men on a date.
date.
That's fine. Yeah. But yes, chocolates. It's not a big deal, really. This is like somehow connected to what you said earlier. I remember. Yeah, this is supposed to. We're supposed to talk about Korea.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
mentioned earlier about Koreans giving chocolates. I mean, men. Women.
Yes,
Women.
yes,
Sorry,
I
women giving
remember. Yeah, I remember. Also, one of my students, or not one, but actually all of them.
All of them.
told
Even if
me-
they're not in a relationship, they
Yes,
give
yes,
chocolates to
they
random
actually
girls.
give.
What?
For Koreans, so it's not really like a big deal giving chocolates to women. I mean to men rather, especially on Valentine's Day. I mean, it's their culture already, so it's not really like a big deal for them. And what else? They also have pepper day.
Wow,
pepper
pepper.
day. Are you familiar with the pepper
Yeah,
or something like
yeah.
the stick? And has
The
chocolate
pretzel
and
something.
Yeah, it's a pretzel kind of thing. Yeah, during Pepper Day, actually,
Really,
men
that's a
and
national.
women-
What national?
Yeah, it's really like a national kind of celebration. So that is why during Pepper Day, the actual price of those pepper really rise up.
Wow.
Yes, right.
So everyone's giving pepper on that day. Wow. Okay.
But I guess not everybody. Oh, yeah, I heard it's not everybody. It's only for those like teenagers or young adults. But for those who are already in their 40s or 50s, yeah, because I have also students. Yeah, during like classes, hey, it's pepper day. Did you give pepper to your wife? No. But it's like I'm done with that kind of stage. Something.
okay.
Yeah. So it's basically for teenagers, especially middle school students. So yeah, that's
really?
it. That's kind of their culture. So
Pepper is not just a pretzel; it's something else. Is there some historical
Yes.
background about that? Why
Exactly.
pepper? Why not kimchi? I'm sorry,
kimchi day.
something like that. National kimchi day.
Yeah, I also asked that question to them. Why pepper? How about other snacks like honey butter chips? It's a very famous Korean snack as well.
Oh,
Well, yeah. Why not that kind of snack? They said I don't know. It's like the Pepro, the company who like manufactured Pepro. It's like they're
so it's-
kind of like what do you call it?
they started out. What? It's
Yeah,
like promo?
they kind of started it out. It's like a form of marketing.
Marketing
Yeah,
strategy.
It's a
for
marketing
pepper.
strategy.
Oh, I see. Like pepper is like their chocolate there or whatnot. I'm sorry. I don't know. But I mean, in the Philippines, when it's Valentine's Day, we often give chocolates, right? So it's like the classic gift.
Yeah.
So
On
when you're in Korea,
on
like it's
Pepper
like
Day,
pepper.
I guess. I guess on Valentine's Day, it's not really like necessary to give Pepper Day. I mean, pepper
Pepper.
snacks. But on
Chocolate.
Pepper Day, it should be pepper that you should be
Of
giving.
course.
Yeah.
Wow,
something like
that's
that, right?
that's something new that I learned today.
So it's like if you have a crush and you're like a middle school student, so like you have to
Gonna
give it.
pepper.
Oh, I
that's
admire
cute.
you. Yeah, it's like
That's
and it's
cute.
also like a day of confessing your love to someone. So yeah, you could actually.
It's
use
not just a
pepper.
simple note, but
Yes.
that's cute,
cute.
actually. In the Philippines, maybe we could think of a bibingka day
Bibingka Day.
or a puto day. National Puto Day.
National Puto Day.
How about that? Alrighty.
I didn't see that coming.
I was thinking
Why
of
not?
a Filipino, a contextualized version of the pepper.
Budbud Day.
Budbud Day. Okay, so you don't have any more coffee beans left here inside our
Woo.
bottle.
That's
Okay.
it.
That's it for today, guys. And yeah, what? Any thoughts like before we end or episode today about Valentine's Day. Well, like a realization or something like that. Well, I realized that during Valentine's Day, gifts are not really the highlight. Right? During Valentine's Day, it's actually the love, the presence of someone. And also, I learned that based from these coffee beans, that the men should still be that gentleman that we used to know before. Like, they should be initiating the day.
Yes,
they should
exactly.
pay the bills. All right, and that should matter. I mean, the presence should matter more than the gifts and
More
flowers
than the
and all that.
gifts. Yes. Yeah, and also I realized that men should not just be doing that on Valentine's Day, but
Exactly.
every day, right? Every single day.
Once in a
every
while, they're gonna surprise you with something. Right?
Yeah, I love surprises.
Not only in Valentine's. You're so demanding.
Women, you know,
Alrighty.
women are complicated.
They're complicated. Okay, well, I totally enjoyed this episode without our guest,
Without
but
a
I hope
guest.
next episode we'll have a guest. By
Yes.
then. So we could have more thoughts about coffee beans we're gonna spill. Alrighty, so that's it. Let's call it a day.
So, see you guys in our next episode
Here in
the Aftershift. Bye.